Hi parents of Aries children, welcome to Parental Guidance. Be sure to watch the welcome video for January for a special incentive to watch your child's 2019 overview. Hold on to your hats because January definitely is going to be a time of growth. It's a transition. A lot of restless energy, and it may require you to take a step back and have some patience. For the month of January, your child is embodying the energy of the pelican. Go ahead and pause that so you can read it in its entirety. But it speaks of wisdom, focus, self-sacrifice, and nurture. There's a lot of restless energy for your child the beginning of January, and rightfully so. It's fitting. The beginning of a new year. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so it makes sense. It's a newness. At least it makes sense to me. Things are kind of like falling out, or what was comfortable is all anew, and not necessarily starting over from scratch, but your child is growing. This is a divine growth. And it's going to feel uncomfortable and uneasy to them, but it's purposed. So keep that in mind. They have the Azure card as their vibration. There's an urge for them to just be mindful to protect their energy. Not that there's anything negative going on, but to be grounded, essentially. It speaks of strengthening your connection to the divine, and protecting themselves from negative or dense energies. And it says finding their center. So yes, just for them to be grounded in the month of January, because it's a time of growth. And with growth energies, there's a lot of change, a lot of uneasiness, a lot of restlessness, and it may be easy for them, especially being Aries, to lose their cool, especially if they have an Aries moon. So they have the Patience card in reverse. Oh, I did that backwards. I'll switch it. But this is their emotional energy. Usually the Challenge card is in the other spot. But it says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. So there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of uneasiness. There's a lot of friction, a lot of tension. It's going to require their patience. It's going to, they're going to need to kind of breathe through this month. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. So it's, them having patience with themselves, because they're going to want everything done yesterday. And that's just not how it's going to work. But if they are willing to just be patient this month with themselves, to not get, to not burn themselves out, to not be so hard on themselves, they will see the rewards, of this month. It will show itself through the year. This is a beautiful card to have, especially in the upright. This is the clear quartz, and it speaks of harmony, meditation, protection, and infinite possibilities. This is their challenge. So they're going to have challenges with maintaining harmony and being still, and meditation, and maybe protecting their thoughts and being grounded. So keep that in mind. Help them to set realistic goals for themselves. Repeat daily rituals perhaps. But again, I kid you not, this book says life is a journey, not a destination. And let me show you, because the Azure card, or no, not the Azure card, but the Patience card, it says the same thing. Life is a journey. It's not a destination. So I hope you can see that, but I just thought that was pretty cool. So I know I'm on the right track when the cards, they agree with one another. Their goal is just, again, staying true to themselves, staying grounded. This is, like I said, it's almost like when you're working out, or you are holding something. It requires a lot of focus and a lot of your attention, but it's a strain on your muscles to just keep holding it. But it's just going to require them to be true to themselves. Let me back this up now. You can see it better. But it's important for them to listen to that inner voice within themselves, to just be grounded as best as they can. Like I said, breathe through it, because this is a growing pains time, and they're going to need to be true to themselves. Now, during the month of January, they have, during the month, I should say, they're going to be frustrated. And maybe something that has carried over from December. But definitely it's this feeling of, making the same habits, refusing to see how they've participated. I almost see them going like, at the beginning of the new year, without them recognizing in that first week of January that this is an old pattern of theirs, and they have been equal contributors to this bad habit, this pattern. So they need to recognize how they got there, what they've done to participate to get them, at this point, and be willing to surrender to it. In the second week, they're going to be asked to go with the flow. Surrendering to the source, giving into this energy, recognizing how pieces fit together. This will probably be a time for them where they're kind of like just evaluating what they've done in the past, what hasn't worked for them, getting them to see, recognizing their bad habits and patterns so that they can be in a position to change them. So a lot of stillness the second week, which may, feel good for the parents. But a lot of contemplation, a lot of going inward. They're just going with the flow. They may be at ease, they may be at peace, but a lot of stillness, a lot of low-key energy. That's what I personally am getting. Now, in the third week, they may find themselves getting restless again, going, they have, go the distance in reverse. So it speaks of, have you been wandering you may feel like you've been wandering in the desert, my goodness, I can't talk. And it's just this, are we there yet? Like, God, I've done the work. I've been patient. Why is this not happening? Why am I not getting results? And they may have, a sense of restless energy, and it's just for them to be still, be patient, continue with the flow. They're still in training, learning how to conserve their strength. It's a temporary time. Be wise and selective with how they spend their energy. It says that this is an important time of letting go of what's not important. And finally, at the end of the month, they have the blessed card in reverse. And, it's just telling them, to be humble. They may have, I see impatience and giving up. I see, and this is what it looks like in the upright. I see impatience. I see haughtiness. I see arrogance before it's time. It says, you didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom. And what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. So I almost feel like there is resistance. There's some kind of hesitation to give in. It's like fighting what they've done to participate in it, kind of, okay, I give up, going with the flow. This is taking forever. Where is it? I want it now. And realizing that they're not there yet, and being at peace with that. Being at peace with that. And I say that because, and we'll get to that, but this is how you can help them, is getting them to see that. Total surrender. They're not there yet. They're still in process, but this is just how they're starting their year. What's transitioning or changing is the end of an era. It's not the end of an era. It's a continuation. They're in transition, and that's what it's saying in reverse. So the change is they are still in transition. They are in process, and it's more towards the end than the beginning. So it's not an end. It's not something coming to an end. but something is continuing to move forward and transitions are uncomfortable. But the solution is almost for them to go with the flow, to take that first new step in a new direction on this new part of their journey. It's for their good. It says breaking down this problem into tiny pieces makes it easy to take the first step. So once they get over themselves and how much they don't want to do it and just finally put one foot in front of the other, then this process of transformation can truly begin and they can be blessed, as the card says later in the month. Now getting back to this peace card, this is how you can help them. And it just says, when we balance silence with activity, we discover true peace of mind, the source of all joy and happiness. So helping them to not shut up, because we don't definitely want to silence them in a way where they're not saying anything, but getting them to be still, getting them to be centered, then we discover that true peace of mind. And then they can understand what it is that they need to do in order to get this ball rolling and moving it forward. So for you, you're a little frustrated, but in a different way. And what this card is telling me is this speaks of harmony. Let's put it in the upright so you can actually see it. See this person, they are, creating, they have the capabilities of just creating harmony and balance and beautiful music for everybody to hear. And it's funny because, without even reading it, it's, I see that and I speak of balance. And that's exactly what, the book says is balance. So, you are almost in this could be family related. Let me do this so you can see it, but it's in the reverse. But it's almost like family related or a close work relationship, or you're involved in a project. Something in your external environment, I feel. I'm not really getting that it's inside the house, but it's in an external environment where it's just like, this is not right. I will not stand for it. I'm going to put my foot down and make this right, because something is out of balance. Something is not in harmony for you in January. Throughout the month, either it's a project that's been put upon you, something that you've been dealing with your family or at work for some time now, and you're like, this is it. This is the straw that breaks the camel's back. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say something to make it better. And, I say that because you have the I am loyal card. You are going to be loyal to what is your truth. And it's almost like you are in alignment with your child because they are being true to who they are. And it says, let me give you a moment so you can read that. Hopefully it's clear for you. But I almost see you, I see you standing up for people who either can't speak up for themselves. I see you I see you advocating for people even when they're wrong. It's like I know it, but let me see if I can articulate this. You have a friend that you love and they're wrong. But you love them anyway. You disagree with their position, but you're going to stand up for them and say, you know what? I feel you on this. But this is what needs, I just see you lovingly putting that person in their place. You're wrong. I love you anyway. But this is what we're going to do. That's what I see you doing. You're loyal to that friendship. They're wrong. It's a disagreement. You're not aggravating your work environment. You love your family. You love the people that you work with. There's a close relationship, but you are loyal to the truth of what needs to be accomplished. And you will lovingly put those people in their place. You will show them the error of their way, not belittling them, but just lovingly saying, this is incorrect, but this is how we're going to fix it. This is what we're going to do to make this right. That's what I feel. You're loyal to something getting done, something being right, something being done the right way, okay? So I hope that that blesses you. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. That's not lip service, you guys. We're at, you know, at the point of this video being made, we're at 30 subs, and that means so very much to me. We've started this, you know, this journey and this channel, you know, in May. And, you know, when I was thinking about this in April, I was like, I got to do this. And we started out extremely small, and little by little, it's catching on. And, you know, you guys see the value in this. You see the vision that I have to help you help your children better and to better connect with them and understand. So may this be a blessing to you. Have a great Christmas, New Year, a wonderful January, and we will see you again next month.